What's up, Taiwan? I'm Rik Glauert with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan is known as the last safe haven for the critically endangered pangolin. Reporter Sally Jensen went to Taipei Zoo to see what they're doing for World Pangolin Day.
It's World Pangolin Day, and here at Taipei Zoo, all the stops have been pulled out to celebrate Taiwan's success in protecting the scaly little mammal. Native to regions across Asia and Africa, the pangolin is nocturnal and rather shy, which is why it's not really appearing here today. And it was almost wiped out in Taiwan, but the country banned its poaching and sale in 1989. And these tougher laws, as well as changing public attitudes to nature, make Taiwan now, by some estimates, one of the most pangolin-dense places on Earth.
台湾对于野生动物的保护观念早期没有那么好，但现在是很好的，所以政府也越来越愿意投入在这个物种的保护工作上面。
Now Taiwan is able to gift some pangolins to other countries and zoos in Europe, which is known as pangolin diplomacy. But around the world, the pangolin remains critically endangered and threatened with extinction due to habitat loss, overdevelopment, and poaching for their scales, which have long been used in traditional Chinese medicine recipes. Still, the rise in numbers here in Taiwan in the wild mean that they're increasingly threatened by domesticated animals like cats and dogs. But now, due to conservation efforts, Taiwan is now able to share its success with the world in preserving the pangolin. Justin Wu and Sally Jensen in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan and India have signed an agreement that will bring Indian migrant workers to Taiwan. Taiwan's Labour Ministry says the government will decide how many Indian workers to invite. There was controversy last year over rumours that 100,000 Indian workers would come to Taiwan. The agreement could boost the amount of much-needed foreign labour in Taiwan, where the workforce is ageing. It also aims to strengthen economic ties between Taipei and New Delhi as tensions between India and China rise. Japan has conducted a second test launch of its flagship H3 rocket. The launch comes 1 year after a failed first attempt, which the space agency blamed on engine ignition trouble. The rocket is set to fly for around 2 hours and will release 2 microsatellites. Japan recently completed a moon landing with its SLIM spacecraft. If the current mission is a success, it would further boost Japan's space credentials. Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny has died in a prison inside the Arctic Circle, and Western leaders are pointing the blame firmly at the country's authoritarian president, Vladimir Putin. With Putin all but certain to win an unprecedented 5th term in office next month, I take a look at Navalny's death and what it means for Russia. This could be the last footage of Russia's most outspoken opposition leader, Alexei Navalny, alive. From a prison in Russia's Arctic Circle where he was serving a 3-decade sentence, Navalny jokes with the courtroom via a video link. Within a day, the country's prison service announced that the 47-year-old had died, that he felt unwell after taking a walk and fell unconscious. Hours later, Navalny's wife said it was hard to verify her husband's death since Russian leader Vladimir Putin is known for hiding the truth.
Но если это правда, я хочу, чтобы Путин, все его окружение, путинские друзья, его правительство знали, что они понесут за то, что они сделали с нашей страной, с моей семьей и с моим мужем ответственность. И этот день наступит очень скоро.
Navalny was Putin's most formidable opponent in Russia. The former lawyer and nationalist politician rose to prominence a decade ago for speaking out against corruption among Russia's ruling elite and galvanized opposition against Putin. To some, his death comes as little surprise. In 2020, Navalny was hospitalized after a suspected poisoning with the nerve agent Novichok.
Даже если смерть сейчас, это естественная причина. Естественная причина возникла от того, что от происходящего в течение, от отравлений и вперед. человек, который спорит, не принесет чистую собственную статус.
As news of the Kremlin critic's death spread, people gathering to mourn in St. Petersburg and Moscow were detained by Russian police. Navalny offered hope for an alternative to Putin's increasingly authoritarian rule. His death emboldens the long-serving leader ahead of elections next month.
Navalny's death will be an object lesson to anybody that was thinking of standing against Putin genuinely and actually being a realistic challenger to Putin as opposed to part of the so-called systemic opposition, the managed opposition within Russia. There will be lessons to learn from that, and of course it will have a chilling effect on any kind of political opposition to the central authorities.
Navalny is just the latest in a string of high-profile deaths of people that have challenged Putin's rule, and another sign of the strength of his grip on power. A travel agency in Taiwan has been ordered to suspend its operations for 3 months. That's after financial issues at the company disrupted the travel of nearly 300 people on its tours to Vietnam. Taiwan's tourism administration found that the agency We Love Tour is over $300,000 in debt. That debt includes money it owes to partners in destination countries. This led to people who'd signed up for trips to Vietnam in February having their schedules changed or cancelled. They will now be able to claim compensation or have their trips transferred to another travel agency. Students from a leading secondary school in London are in Taiwan on a 2-week visit. As part of the UK government-funded exchange programme, the group will visit local schools and a semiconductor talent hub in Hsinchu. Marine conservation is another focus of the students' visit.
Is that they're going to get the opportunity to understand the significance of interconnections between Taiwan and other countries and how important those links are in the 21st century. And we're hoping that that kind of gives them the edge when they're applying to universities and when they're applying for jobs for years to come.
Plastic pollution is a pressing environmental issue, and a small team in Cambodia is transforming the waste into a sustainable tool. Our reporter Sandy Chi explains.
At a small warehouse in Cambodia's capital, Phnom Penh, workers are turning these plastic bottles into the bristles of broomsticks. The business is the brainchild of 41-year-old entrepreneur Haskia. Since March last year, Haskia's workers have transformed over 40 metric tons of discarded plastic bottles, producing around 500 brooms each day. Phnom Penh, a city of around 3 million people, produces up to 38,000 metric tons of trash each day, according to government figures. Around 1/5 of that waste is plastic, including bags, straws and bottles. Inspired by the concept of upcycling, Haskia and his team are turning some of that waste into something useful and even durable. Their broomstick has been getting good reviews. With positive feedback from across the country and what seems like an unlimited supply of plastic materials, Haskia is confident that his unique brooms can make a clean sweep for a more sustainable world. John Su and Sandy Chi for TaiwanPlus.
South Korea will soon become a super-aged society alongside Taiwan and Japan. Bryn Thomas looks at how a group of grannies is wrapping some youthful energy back into the country's rural areas.
The G in this unit stands for Granny. Sunni and the Seven Princesses are an octogenarian rap group from the mean streets of Chilgok, South Korea.
입으면 좋지. 그래 좀 젊어지는 거 없고 그자 늙었긴 늙어도 마음이 즐겁고 좋아 그래.
And bling isn't the only affectation the group shares with mainstream hip-hop. Like many rappers, the Princesses' work forces audiences to confront some of the social issues affecting their society. In particular, South Korea's aging population and the emptying out of its rural communities.
요즘은 너무 파이다야. 그때 하면 그때 진짜 사람 사는 거 냈는데 요새는 파이다. 여봐도 사람 없는데 뭐 인지 해관이 있다 민년 안 가면 비요. 우리 없으면 후시에 들어올 사람이 없는데 뭐.
South Korea is set to join the list of super-age societies alongside Taiwan and Japan early next year, when 1/5 of its population will be age 65 and above. The effects of a demographic shift are felt hard in places like Chilgok County. Like many of the country's rural areas, most young people have left, seeking opportunities in big cities, and fewer of them are having children. As such, the Princesses' lyrics focus on the humdrum daily lives of those left behind in the country's increasingly vacant villages.
고추밭에 고추 따고 오이밭에 오이 따고 가지밭에 가지 따고 호박밭에 호박 따고 수박밭에 수박 따고 집에 오니까 너무너무 행복해요. 요즘 내 배워가지고 신나지 뭐. 우리끼리 모여가지고 해가는 가가지고 치매도 없어졌어. 건강해지기도 했고 이 돈 넣어 저 돈 넣어 바쁘기도 바쁘고 엄청 우리 잘 지내고 있어요.
And while the Princesses remain a ways away from living large and driving exotic cars, they have found a big audience on social media and do events around the country.
원래 SNS 이런 데는 되게 유명한 사람들이 이렇게 나오는 줄 알았는데 거기 저희 할머니가 나오더라고요. 그래서 친구들이 막 보내면서 너네 할머니 아니냐면서 뭐 이런 식으로 얘기해가지고 되게 좀 감회가 새롭기도 하고 칠곡군에서 지금 제일 유명한 것 같거든요.
Like several other countries in the region, South Korea is having to come to terms with the challenges of an aging population. But for Sunni and the Seven Princesses, to paraphrase another rapper, they got 99 problems, but old age ain't one. Alex Chen and Bryn Thomas for TaiwanPlus.
A temple in northeastern Taiwan each year holds rituals to celebrate the birthday of the Jade Emperor deity. But starting last year, the tradition has gotten a new gnarly twist. Our reporter Sandy Chi has the story.
Welcome to Yilan County in northeastern Taiwan. It has a reputation as one of the country's best surfing spots, and surfers come from all over to catch the perfect wave. Yilan is also known for its cultural and historic significance, including religious ceremonies. One that takes place each year around the Lunar New Year is the celebration of the Jade Emperor's birthday. To mark the occasion, the local Qingtian temple has long held rituals asking the deity for calm seas and good fish harvests. But starting in 2023, organizers decided to have professional surfers take the Jade Emperor statues to sea, in a bid to get the younger generation involved.
我们以后也会老了啊，年轻人会进来，这是好事，会传承下去。
It may seem fun, but surfing with the gods is actually pretty challenging.
平衡感要很好，我才会让他们去跟神明冲浪。技术要比较好。对，技术要比较好。
As gods and surfers hang tent together again this year, Qingtian Temple is hoping to make this new tradition last for years to come. Klein Wong and Sandy Chi for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website or follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally today, let's have a look at some colourful light decorations at the 2024 Lantern Festival in central Taiwan's Taichung City. I'm Rik Glauert, take care and we will see you next time.